Hello Jr5, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to take the vocabulary of our ODI unit, which is around the world, which is unit 2. So we're going to take the most important words or the vocabulary of this unit, which is vocabulary list 2 in your booklets. So now let's start. First of all, we're going to begin with the nouns. Now, the first word that I have is temple. Now, temple is a building used for the worship of a god in some religions. So, for example, this temple is a place of great holiness for the religion's followers. This is a photo of a temple. So, a temple is a building where people who worship another god or a lot of gods other than the one that we worship as Muslims or Christians or Jews even. You know that there are other religions than Islam or Christianity, and those religions, they worship many gods or a different god than the one that we worship. So where do they worship their gods? They worship them in a temple. Okay, so it's a place where they worship their gods in those different religions. Okay, now the second word is mosque. Now, mosque is a building for Islamic religious activities and worship. For example, the designs for the new mosque have attracted many people. Now, of course, we as Muslims, the place where we go to worship God or to do our religious activities is the mosque. Okay, this is the place as Muslims that we go to pray, to worship God there. Okay, so now those are pictures of mosques. You have here the Aqsa Mosque in Palestine, and you have the Blue Mosque in Turkey. So of course we have a lot of many famous mosques around the world, and even here in Egypt. Okay, now the third word is monuments. So monument is a structure or a building that is built to honor a special person or event. For example, the monument stands as a chilling reminder of man's inhumanity to man. So what does this mean? A monument is a structure. It could be a statue, it could be a small building, it could be like a clock even. It's a structure that is built to honor something special, maybe a date, an event, a person, someone who was very important in history. So they built a monument, or they build monuments to honor those events or those people. For example, we have the Eiffel Tower. It's a monument in Paris in France. We have the Statue of Liberty, which is in New York in the USA. We have the Big Ben in London. So these are all very, very famous monuments. Of course, in Egypt we have the pyramids, the Sphinx, of course. So these are all examples of famous monuments around the world. Now, we have palace. So a palace is the large house of a king or a queen. For example, Buckingham Palace is open to the public. So this is Buckingham Palace. It's in England. This is where the Queen of England lives. And of course, a palace is where a queen or a king live. And it's, of course, it should be huge, or it should be large. Okay, let's see the next word. So, bazaar. Bazaar is an area of small shops and people selling things. For example, our school is having its bazaar next Saturday. So a bazaar is kind of a market, an open-aired market. It's in the open air, where a lot of people sell a lot of different or diverse things. For example, here this is a picture of Khan el-Khalili in Cairo. Now, Khan el-Khalili is a very famous bazaar. So a bazaar is an open market where there are a lot of people who sell a lot of different things. Now the next word is continent. Now continent is one of the 7 large land masses on the Earth's surface. For example, Africa, Asia, or Europe. Of course, you know that we have 7 continents in Earth, and a continent is a large mass of land. We have Africa, we have North and South America, we have Asia, we have Australia, and we have or Australasia, and we have Antarctica, and of course we have Europe. So those are the 7 continents of the world. Now the second, or the word after this, is geographer. A geographer is a person who studies geography. So of course a person who studies the world, the continents, the countries, Earth itself. So a geographer is a person who studies all of those things. Now I have chimney. Chimney is a hollow structure that allows the smoke to get out. Now this is a chimney. You know, all of us know Santa Claus, and how does Santa Claus get into the house? He gets through the chimney. And of course Santa is not real, but you get the idea. So the chimney, this is a chimney. It's a piece or a structure in a house where smoke, if there's a fire or something in the house, if people started a fire in the house to cook or something, or in the fireplace, the smoke has to get out of the house, so it goes out through the chimney. It's usually yes, on top of any house. Now I have the word ruins. So ruins is being spoiled or destroyed. For example, the town lay in ruins after years of war. So this is a ruin. A ruin or ruins mean the place or the things left after its destruction. For example, if we have a war, of course in war places and houses get destroyed. So those destroyed places, those destroyed houses, we call them ruins. Okay. Now I have memorial. A memorial is an object that has been built to honor a famous person or event. For example, the statue was erected as a memorial to those who died in the war. Erected means built. Now, like here, do you see? A memorial, it can be a statue, it can be a structure like this, and it is built to honor dead people, to honor famous people, famous events. For example, can you see this picture? This is a memorial in the United States for soldiers who died in the war. Okay, this is also these structures are also a memorial to soldiers who died in the war. Okay, so it's a memorial is a statue, a structure, anything built to honor, to make people remember a famous person or people or brave soldiers who died in a war, for example. Now I have tomb. Tomb is an underground room where someone is buried, and the synonym is grave. For example, they found a mummy in the tomb. So a grave, or the place that we bury the dead, is a tomb. And of course we have a lot of ancient Egyptian tombs. The pyramids themselves, are huge tombs. Okay, this is a tomb. This is a picture of a tomb underground. Of course, it's an ancient Egyptian tomb. Now, let's see the second word, journey. Journey means a trip, a long trip. We had a lovely journey to India. So journey is a long trip. Okay. Now like this we finished the nouns. Now let's go to the adjectives. The first adjective I have is historic. Historic means important in history, something that is very important in history. For example, many historic buildings are damaged by fire each year. So, for example, pyramids are historic monuments. They are very important in history, okay? So this is the meaning of historic. Now I have the word ancient. Ancient means very, very old. For example, he's got an ancient laptop. It means it's very old, very old. Do you see this vase? This is an ancient vase. It is thousands of years old. Okay, so ancient means very old. Now I have incredible. Incredible means marvelous, wonderful, amazing, spectacular. It's something that is amazing, incredible. For example, you did an incredible job today. What an incredible motorbike. What an amazing motorbike. Okay, and of course the antonym of incredible is awful or terrible. Now, those were the adjectives. Let's see the adverbs. There's only one adverb. It's probably. Probably means perhaps, possibly, maybe. I'll probably be home by midnight. I'll maybe be home by midnight. I'm not sure. I'll probably visit you this weekend. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll visit you this weekend. Okay, so probably is an adverb that means possibly, maybe. Okay, so like this, we have finished the vocabulary list 2 of our ODI unit 2 around the world. Now let's solve the classwork together. Here we go. So we have to choose the correct answer to complete the sentences. Now, number 1, statues are always matter for memory along with trophies, tombs, and monuments or bazaars or continents. What do you think? Now, I advise you to pause the video and to solve the classwork on your own and then play the video again to check your answers. So, number 1, what do you think? It will be monuments. So number 1 is going to be monuments. Now number 2, the movie tells an historic or incredible or memorial story of survival. So survival, this is something very amazing. This is something, what do you think? If it's amazing, it should be what? Yes, so number 2 is incredible. Okay, number 3, the 5-day bazaar or temple or mosque is the trading place of the natives of the country. Trading place, where do people sell and buy things? What do you think? So yes, number 3 is bazaar. Now number 4, they decided to build a continent or temple or memorial for all the soldiers who died to defend the country. So this is something that is built to honor dead soldiers. What do you think? They decided to build a memorial, of course. Now number 5, a lot of countries were discovered by great geographers or ruins or monuments from all around the world. So who are the people who study countries, who study continents? So what do you think? So number 5, of course, is geographers. Okay. Number 6, after the war, the whole town was left as ruins or palaces or journeys. So of course, after the war, we said war destroys everything. So the whole town was left as, of course, it's going to be ruins. Number 7, she bought a bunch of flowers before continuing on her bazaar or journey or tomb home. So what do you think? So number 7 is going to be journey, of course. Her journey home, her trip home. Now number 8. This map is ancient or incredible or temple. Once I held it, it was torn into small pieces. So it means that this map was very, very old. So what is very old? Which word? What do you think? So yes, number 8 is ancient. Now number 9. Europe and Asia are sometimes considered together to be one tomb or chimney or continent. Now Europe and Asia are what? We call them what? Along with North and South America and Africa and Australasia and Antarctica. Those are all continents. So number 9 is continent. Number 10. There was no chimney or mosque or memorial. The fire was made in the center of the house and the smoke escaped through the window. So where does smoke usually come out of in a house? Which word do you think? So number 10 is, of course, chimney. Now, here we have to use the words in sentences of your own. So you have to write meaningful sentences using this words or these words. Let us try to do them together. So number 1, mosque. You can simply say I went to the mosque to pray. Or Muslims, for example, pray in a mosque. Now number 2, palace. We said palace is where a queen or king lives. You can say the king left the palace or his palace this morning. Okay. Now probably, we said probably means maybe. So we can say I probably will visit grandma this weekend. So maybe, I still don't know. Number 4, historic. So historic is something that is very important in history. We can say World War I is a historic event. Here we go. Is a historic event. It's very important in history. Now let's go to number 5. Tomb. So tomb is where we bury the dead, or where are dead people buried. So we can say the pharaoh was buried in a we can say large tomb, or wide, in a wide tomb. . Okay, so like this we finished the classwork. Now can we do the homework together? Now here we have to complete the sentences with the correct words from the box. Number 1. Queen Elizabeth and the royal family live in the Buckingham. What do you think? Buckingham Palace, of course. Now, number 2. He didn't even realize that he got the top score in the game. So, which word do you think is this one? Yes, it's probably. So here, number 2 is probably. Now, number 3. Every year, thousands of people fill there to worship their gods. Now, you have to take care here. Did they say Muslims? They said people, and they worship their god. So it's going to be, we said Muslims worship in a special place, and other people who worship other gods or who are from or who follow other religions, they worship their own gods in a temple. So number 3 is going to be temple. Now let's go to, here we go. Number 4. Jessica's dress was in last night's party. So Jessica's dress was what? What do you think? So yes, incredible. It was amazing. So Jessica's dress was incredible. Now, number 5. Don't touch that statue. It's really precious and valuable. So don't touch what statue? If it's very important in history, what is it going to be? So yes, historic. So don't touch that historic statue. Now number 6. The was blocked by the snow and the smoke kept coming back inside the house. So smoke, and smoke, where does smoke go out from? Which word do you think? So yes, it's chimney. So number 6 is going to be, here we go, chimney. Now number 7. They gathered around his to pray for him and say goodbye. So it means that he is dead, right? So where do we bury the dead people? Yes, excellent. So number 7 is tomb. Now number 8, the last one. Muslims gather 5 times to pray in the. So here we're talking about Muslims and the place where they go to worship or pray. So which word do you think it is? Yes, it's mosque. So number 8 is mosque. So with that we have finished the vocabulary list 2. I advise you to read the words again very well and to study them very well. Now this is it for today's lesson. Thank you very much.